Hey everyone,
Hello.
Miss Monica here today. Bit of a lung chesty thing going on, so we're going to play with the immune system
Yep.
and a bit of motivation.
Yeah, oh,
It's
yes.
bloody cold here in Queensland.
Oh.
So, we're Queensland Aussies. We're not used to the cold. We don't cope very well when
No,
it,
really
hits.
struggling.
So our
Don't want to get out of bed.
our brains go to mush. Okay, so minus any supplements, minus any medications. So let's go straight in to the immune system and hold up for me. And hold. So these are some master immune system points which are not active very well at the moment. They're not doing a lot.
I have actually been taking supplements
Yep. Good.
to do something.
Yeah.
I tried that before I tried anything else.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the there's a site on government website, the Australian government website, where you can go in and find out what genetic experiments they're doing,
Oh,
being released from the atmosphere, planes
Okay.
and,
yeah.
vaccines and chemicals and all sorts of stuff.
Okay.
And it was, a few people sent it to me this morning, and then I hopped onto the government website and I had a look, and there's at least 20 of these programs where they're spraying stuff into our atmosphere. So I'm thinking, even when we're doing lots of stuff that we're coping with, who knows what levels of these toxins we're getting in through our lungs as well. Which just makes me think that when I, especially with the bioresonance,
Yeah.
because we know there's a company called Paxvax that was approved to release some sort of bacterial vaccine through the air, through chemtrails, and the bacteria was encased in, it said bacteria, but then it also mentioned about something else anyway. But it was both West Nile virus and EBV, and I can't remember whether they were on yours, so I'd be curious to have a look and see whether, because we could be breathing in all sorts of stuff.
That's right.
Yeah.
Even just pollutions and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. Any and all aerial toxins. And hold. Oh no, yeah. And let's check your lungs in relation to any and all aerial toxins. Hold. And hold up for me. So these are two muscles that relate to the lungs, and hold, and neither of them are very happy.
That's where it sort of feels really tight.
Yeah, so either side of the sternum, there's a whole bunch of neurolymphatic points. Feel how tender all of those are. So every time you get into a coughing match with yourself, if you give that a rub and also rub either side underneath the arm, that's where there's more lymph on the ribs.
Okay.
So that just helps to open up the airways.
Yeah, because that's what I've been doing.
And the other thing is from the lung meridian is your thumbs.
Okay.
So sometimes when you're not breathing well, if you just put your thumb and forefinger together, do it on both fingers. And sometimes when I do it, I want to yawn. It just because that's lung and large intestine, and they govern breathing. Sometimes you'll actually do it, and then you'll just start to breathe more deeply.
Okay.
So that's an easy thing that you can pop in there.
Yeah, because every time I have the coughing thing, I just sit up and try and breathe.
Yeah, it doesn't help anything, does it? Doesn't help with sleep so let's have a squeeze. Okay, third eye chakra, heart chakra, base chakra, right. So there's a bunch of stress in there as well. So not feeling grounded, and when you're not sleeping well because of coughing and all that sort of thing. And just the social aspect to coughing these days as well. Oh, okay, it's activated your MTHFR gene, so that'll be stopping you from liver detoxing. Your adrenals are stressed at the moment. You're not, right, so even though you're drinking plenty of water and herbs and all sorts of things,
Yes,
your
mainly
kidneys,
mainly the teas, because I can't drink anything cold.
Yeah, because your liver and kidneys are still struggling a little bit, but it's only one. So the blood urea nitrogen in the kidneys and the ALT in the liver. Ah, but it's messing with your thyroid. I assume you're tired too.
Yeah. And I'm sore on this side.
Okay. So it's round one. So I'll email that to you, and then I'll get the second one going, and then we'll get some detoxing going as well. Okay, so aerial toxins. What about viruses and viral particles? Hold back for me. Hold back. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Bacteria and bacterial particles. Hold. 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 Hold.
That's all good.
Hold. Bacteria and bacterial particles. Hold back. Hold. Hold up. Hold up. Okay. Let me check chemical toxicity. Hold. Okay. So even though it's coughing, which seems very immune related, it's external stuff. Like this is chemicals, which I mean we can make chemicals in our body actually. Hold up for me. And hold up for me. Right, interesting. I'll get the other one scanning. Body systems. Let's see if there's some emotional gear in here. There is. Base chakra. Okay. So not feeling safe and grounded. And it's an old pattern revisiting. You're getting better at putting yourself first, aren't you? Without guilt?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Because lungs, is often about that grief, guilt, regret.
Yeah.
Grief and sadness.
Yeah. I must be, because the other day I thought I was selfish. I can't remember the situation, but I thought, geez, I won't say that.
Yeah. And you did? Well
Yeah.
done. How'd you feel?
Yeah, I thought, well, no, not really,
Yeah.
So,
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, just for fun, let's check any and all parasites and parasitic particles. Not that they end up in the lungs, but there's big connections between the epithelial tissue in the body. So what's going on in the gut can happen in the lungs if the lungs are weak, or what's going on in the gut can happen with the skin, or what's going on with the gut can happen in the brain. So the gut just sort of, it's a bit of a central point. So I'll be interested. Anyway, so no parasites, no bacteria. It's not showing to be viral, bacterial, or parasitic. Let's check any and all. Well, especially since we know that they're dropping vaccines from the sky in the chemtrails, let's just check any and all vaccine toxins.
I see everybody's out there having their boosters too, so you're walking past them.
Yeah.
And
the flu, and shingles, and pneumonia.
And monkeypox.
Yeah.
Got our first one in Brisbane, didn't we?
We did. Had to join the rest of the world. Got to keep up with the Joneses. Yep, totally. Yeah, I think I might have told you one of the studies I was looking at was talking about the UK, the US and Australia who have all been working together on self-shedding vaccines for like 21 years so far, with the aim of being able to create vaccines where you only need to vaccinate 7% of the population, and because it sheds you get everyone else for free. fear, threat, danger in there. Okay. Okay, so I'm thinking about the little cilia in your lungs. So in relation to the cilia.
Is it like a mineral sort of thing?
It's more like, the villi in the intestines. So basically it's like little sea anemone, and they help to bring the mucus up off the lungs.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of the drugs that we have actually suppress the mucus to the lower parts of the lungs, and then they get really thick and viscous and eventually turn into like concrete.
Okay.
And you get less and less lung capacity the more drugs you take that suppress mucus in the lungs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cilia in the lungs. Hold back for me. Hold back for me. Okay, so the cilia aren't happy. Hold. Hold. So, they might be broken and damaged. They might be just flattened, so they're not bringing so there might be mucus over the top of them that's stopping them from bringing toxins up. We just need to wake them up, pop it into the circuit, so then when I'm picking herbs or whatever, we sort of make sure that's part of the program. And just out of curiosity, let me go over. Okay, so I'm just going to check the lung energy. Oh, large intestine as well. So large intestine and lung energy share each other's energy. The lung is the yin meridian, the large intestine's the yang energy, about that grief, guilt, regret. Okay, so imbalances with feeling open with people. Imbalances where you may or may not be feeling some contempt. Messing with your self-worth. You're making it hard to let go. And bringing back that feeling of being powerless again. Interesting.
Okay.
So just imagine if you're, say, trying to contact a friend or someone and you're texting several times and they're not getting back to you. If your brain goes into the, what if they don't like me? What if they don't want to contact me? What if they don't want to talk to me? And sort of it can just really play on our minds, whereas they might just be busy, going from one job to another, to another, to another.
Yeah.
Or like me, I was on a motorbike for 5 hours on Saturday, so, and someone else, I sent one message before I took off to go visit someone yesterday, but then it was like 3 hours till I had the opportunity to get back and respond again. Sometimes people are just busy.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a quick look at the scan, see if anything specifically jumps up and down. West Nile virus, that's funny. That's one of the ones in the Paxvax
Oh, okay.
droppings. But emotionally, self-confidence, fears from the past, feeling like you're being irresponsible. Messing with your thyroid as well. So if your thyroid isn't feeling optimal, it's hard to have really good energy and motivation and everything. Snarl in another system. Immunoglobulins, okay, so the immune system's struggling a little bit, even though it's not showing up specifically with viruses or bacteria or anything like that. And not being a cause, within, smog, pollution, stress hormones. And here's the respiratory system, let's have a look. Yeah, okay, so the right lung's struggling more than the left, even though both energetically they're both showing up. The trachea, is a bit inflamed. The nasopharynx, so up in behind your nose as well. And then the right eustachian tubes. So pretty much the whole thing is a little bit inflamed at the moment. Avoid pollutants, exercise regularly, practice deep breathing, breathe cleaner air.
Where do you go for
Yeah,
that?
where do you go for that? Oh,
That's probably
that's
the
funny.
seaside would be, yeah, the beach would most probably be the
Yeah.
only place, I would
Oh,
imagine.
that's funny. Yeah, acute vaccine toxins. Okay, whatever. Cool. There's a bit of vaccine toxin in there as well. Yeah, adrenaline stress. So when we're running on adrenaline, because of stress, it can actually shut down our immune system. So the longer we're running on stress, the more it shuts down our immune system. So you know how you haven't been sick in like 10 years,
Yeah,
with something like this. So it's, I had a time, because it's like yellowy, isn't it, the
Yeah,
mucus?
yeah.
Let's just ask in relation to stress and stress hormones. And hold. So stress is giving your immune system a harder time than viruses, bacteria and parasites. But yeah, there's some good herbs that help to, tone the lungs and break up the mucus, and
Oh, good.
yeah, they're going to taste delightful.
As I said, energy is not, like it hurts. If it doesn't hurt, it's not doing any good. So if it doesn't taste good, well,
Yeah.
it's not doing any good either. So tastes bad and it'll do it.
Tastes bad. That's the best one. Ooh. Just get you to hold that point there. Quick minute.